Welcome to Murfreesboro Rock School, helping kids one power chord at a time. We are beginning a new section in our music theory course today that has to do with reading notes on the staff. We've already covered a lot of different aspects of rhythm. Now we're going to get into the pitch. So to recap, this is our staff, this collection of lines and spaces that runs from left to right. That's our staff. We can put a lot of different things on our staff. We've got our clef over here, which we're about to talk a lot more about. Our time signature, which we've already talked about. There's some other symbols, but mainly we put notes on our staff. The very notes we used in the rhythm section, whole notes and half notes, quarter notes, dotted eighth notes. The type of note tells us the rhythm. Where that note is placed on the staff tells us what pitch to play. See, most instruments have several different notes that they're able to play. A piano, you've got all sorts of different keys. On a guitar, you have different frets. As a singer, you can have a low voice, you can have a higher voice. Most instruments have different notes, and we have to have some way of communicating from the composer to the musician what note to play. So we're going to put notes onto our staff. Now, before we do that, we have to make sure that we're on the same page. The musical alphabet goes from the note A all the way up to the note G, and then it starts over again. So I've got this great little image from Wikipedia I pulled up. We have the note A. And notice on this little drawing of a piano, we've got two black keys, and then the A, and then the last black key in this set of three. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And here we are again. Same pattern. Out of the set of three, after the first two, but before the last one, we start over with A. Go all the way back up, same thing. We'll talk about these black keys in a little while, but the most important thing to understand to begin reading the notes on the staff, these white keys, what we call the natural notes, go from A to G and then start over again. So let's get some notes on our staff. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and use 16th notes so they'll all fit on there. When we have the treble clef here, that's really important. This is only true when we have a treble clef, this interesting shaped little G, P kind of combination. That's our treble clef. The bottom note, the bottom line here is an E. Then the next space is an F. Then we have a G, A, B, C, D, E, again, and F. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Those are the notes of our staff when we have a treble clef right here. Okay, I'll go ahead and write those in real quickly to kind of help commit them to memory. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Oops. Okay, these are the notes of our staff when we have a treble clef. And obviously they just walk up in consecutive order. Now, it's important to note, this isn't, no pun intended, this is not just some arbitrary E. Let's pull our piano back up. Notice that we've got a lot of E's, and this is just a teeny little part of a piano. Piano ranges several octaves. This is E, E here, an E here. If we kept going up, there's another one down. So how do we know which E to play? Well, this is a very specific E. This is what we call the E above middle C. Okay, well, we obviously need to explain what middle C is. On a piano, the C, the note C, that's directly in the middle of all of the keys. An easier way to find it is it's going to be the C directly under the logo of the keyboard or the piano. That's almost always true. That's our middle C. It gets its name because it's the middle C on the piano. This E is the E above middle C. So if you're on a piano and you see this note, look under the logo, find that C. Let me find where that drawing of that keyboard went. There it is. So, let me get back in frame here. So on our piano, you would look under the logo and find that middle C, and then this E here is that note. All right, on a guitar, for those of you that are already familiar with the names of the notes on the guitar, the C that can be found on the third fret of the A string. If you're not, then find the third fret of the A string. That note is a C. When you play that note, that's middle C. So then walk up You could walk up to the 7th fret on the A string or play the same note on the 2nd fret of the D string. That would be that E right there. And then 3rd fret on the D string, open G string, 2nd fret on the G string, open B string, 1st fret on the B string. You can see how that continues to walk up. Now, memorizing this just takes a little bit of commitment. You just have to look at it. You can draw up flashcards. There's some great resources online. We'll probably get a link up on our website to those. The mnemonic device that has helped people for decades and decades to remember this. If we delete the spaces, if we just worry about our lines real quickly, then what we're going to wind up with is E, G, B, D, F. And what has been taught in elementary schools across the country for decades, every good boy does fine. An easy to remember simple mnemonic device to help remember the names of the notes on the lines. So if you see this note, instead of having to go, okay, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, because usually in music you don't have enough time to do that, you can look at it and remember, okay, second to last line, D. All right, every good boy does fine. Got it. Now let's go the other way. Instead of worrying about the lines, let's take a look at our spaces. Let's go ahead and get rid of these lines. Oops. And this one's really easy. I don't even have to bring anything up. Spells out the word face. So last letter of face is an E. You see that? You've got an E. Second one's an A. If you see the second space, you know that that's going to be an A. This is just to help you memorize the names of the notes on the staff, because when you're reading music, as we saw in our rhythm section, we can have rhythms that go pretty quickly. And if they're jumping all over the place, if we were playing even just this, we can listen to the speed of this, a pretty normal tempo. At that speed, you obviously don't have the time to count each one of these out. So memorizing the names of the notes on the staff is really important. Excellent. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. That's the names of the notes on our treble clef staff. We're going to dive into some ledger lines. We can actually drag our notes down even further and have these fake lines here. We're going to talk about the bass clef, which you bass players will definitely benefit the most from watching. Bass players don't use the treble clef very often, but guitar players almost always use the treble clef. Each instrument has kind of its own treble clef or bass clef that it's going to use. So stay tuned, murfreesbororockschool.com. Check it out. Tons of other great videos, resources, of course, great programs and services. And stay tuned. I'll see you at the next video.